Yeah, I remember if I remember correctly, we got out early. I think it was 14-0 lead. I haven't gone back and watched a game yet, but we got up to a 14-0 lead, and then we kind of went offense kind of went stalemate for a little bit, and then they came back. And I remember Dalvin Cook have a big touchdown in I think the fourth quarter, and I remember the scoreboard shaking, and just being a real live atmosphere. And then we hit a little crossing concept to Jordan Leggett that basically won us the game. So it was a fun time down there.
Game like this, you just throw the records out the window when it
hmm
comes to Florida State.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have as much talent as anybody in the country, especially us. Probably more talent than us, and so we just got to have a great week of practice and go out there and get ready for them.
You said they have more talent than us. Is that something coaches have brought up this week, the recruiting rankings and that kind of stuff?
Uh,
You say that they have more talent?
Yeah, I mean that's something. Guess he can use to motivate us. I mean they do. I mean it's a fact. I know it doesn't matter at times, but like Coach Sweeney said, I think they've beaten us 8 out of 9 years in recruiting rankings, and so they have talent all over the field. We're not playing Joe Schmo down the street. We're playing a really good team with a lot of talent.
What are the talent that they have there, but schematically there are changes made with the new
Mhm.
offensive coordinator,
Mhm.
coaching staff all the way around. What have you guys seen on the film that gives you any reason to worry going into this game?
It seems like all year. It seems like every year, or all of this year, we've had a new D coordinator. We played early in the season, and just a lot of unknowns. So this is no different. We're just gonna try to attack them and just take what they give us, and that's kind of been our motto since I've been here. Is just see what the defense is trying to take away from us, and then take what they're giving us. And so that's what I'm trying to do.
In the past, Florida State played a lot of man-to-man with that talent level
Mhm.
on the outside.
Yeah.
This year they seem to be between that and zone
Mhm.
coverages. What have you guys seen again on film?
Yeah. So we watched a little bit yesterday, but like I said before, we're just going to try to take away what they give to us. If they want to play a lot of man, then we'll try to beat them down the field. Take those matchups. I like T. Higgins in a one-on-one matchup. And if they try to play zone and sit back, then we can hand it off to Travis or Adam or Linjay and Tavian. We can see how it goes from there.
Speaking of taking what the defense gives you, how good was it to throw for 386 yards when
Yeah.
you knew that NC State was going to come in and stop the run?
Yeah, early on we could tell that was their game plan, was to stop the run, and they did a pretty good job of it. But they played a lot of soft coverage and gave us a lot of matchups that we took advantage of. And I'm sure Coach Sweeney has talked about this, but it's just good to win in a lot of different ways. We can run the ball, but we can also beat you passing, and so it was good to see that.
Talk to us about possibly being the first to beat Florida State 4 years in a row.
Yeah, is that ACC or is that ACC or is that just
That's
anybody?
for
For Clemson. Okay, all right. Yeah, that'd be a cool accomplishment. It's never been done before, so whenever we can kind of add that to our resume, that's pretty cool. But they've got a talented team, and let's win 4 here, and the next team will win 5. So.
You played in pretty much every atmosphere you can think of at this point in college football. How does the Seminole fandom
Mhm.
that compare to some of the other places?
Yeah. I mean that was probably one of the best atmospheres I've played in. I remember 2 years ago being down there, a night game, a lot on the line. I think division was on the line, and just when Dalvin Cook hit that run, and I could just see the video board shaking, and we were down. That was a moment in my college experience that I'll never forget. One of the best atmospheres I played in, for sure.
Christian was saying yesterday this is the most fun he's had his 4 years here. Just what have you seen from him this year, off the field, personality, that kind of stuff?
Christian's a pretty sporadic but very consistent guy, and that's why we love him. He just goes out on whim. He does what he wants, and kind of just has his own little world. But he's a very disciplined, very schedule-oriented guy. I mean, he does the same thing every Monday, every Tuesday, to get him ready to play, and that's what makes him special. He's got that schedule, and he values his teammates, and that's more important to him than making a lot of money next year. Is just having a relationship with his teammates, and that's boded well for him.
What is y'all's relationship like?
Good. I mean, we thought about rooming this year coming up. We didn't it didn't work out, but great relationship. He's just a guy I know I can go to if I have any questions, or just really a great teammate on and off the field.
Imagine Will Sweeney takes up a little less space than Christian.
A little bit, yeah. Eats a little bit less, so it's good for me. I have, yeah. Yeah, I guess I did in high school, but you said gloves? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's big for me. Some of these guys in RVA will come out and try to catch it without gloves, but for me, it's just practice how you play, and so I just do it. I probably use thicker, just a little more material. I'm not a big fan. Some of the guys will use some of the thinner, newer gloves, but I like just having that stable. It's really not. It's really not that big a difference, but it's just a mental thing for me.
You're not typically the tallest guy in the field. So
Mhm.
how do you explain your catcher? Did you grab anything with it?
I really don't. I just try to catch the ball when it's thrown to me. Try not to put too much. I just try not to think about it. Really, I guess. I know I've talked a million times about playing in the backyard, but really, that's. I mean, that's. I've talked about my mom throwing it to me and having to dive all over the place and catch it. So times like that growing up, I guess, is where I learned.
Talk going to last week's matchup just about how good NC State's wide
Mhm.
receiver core was. And then Jeff Scott said after the game that he kind of challenged you guys with who was the best wide receiver in the ACC. Is that something that motivated you guys throughout the week?
Definitely. I think a lot of us at the beginning of the year saw the rankings come out. Not that it matters at all, but seeing South Carolina and NC State and all those guys ahead of us, and we didn't say anything. We just kind of went to work, and it's been in the back of our minds. But I wouldn't say it's a huge motivating factor, but it's definitely something in the back of our minds.
Trevion doesn't always get a lot of opportunities behind you in the slot. How good was it to see him?
Yeah.
4 catches in the first half.
Yeah, I love that. I was hoping they'd give him that touchdown there on the crush when we ran it, but he's talented. I think he's going to have a good NFL career personally, just because he does some things with special teams and just he knows 9, 5, and 2 positions, and he plays them real well. Nobody had a bigger, more on their plate than Trevion last week. I mean, he's the guy. If anybody gets hurt in all 3 positions, to go in, also being the main backup for 5-man, and so I think that's going to bode well for him in the future. And I love Trevion. So.
Hunter, Florida State's one of the biggest names in college football. They're having their best season by their standards, but what is the challenges of playing one of the biggest names in college football when they're not exactly playing their best?
For us, it's just staying committed to Clemson and what we do on the practice field. I don't think they were having a very good year last year, and they came up in fourth quarter and about beat us, if I remember correctly. I can't remember what the score was exactly, but I remember being close there in the fourth. So it's really just playing a whole complete game and playing to a standard. So.
Has it sunk in yet that this is your last game against Florida State, or when you think about that later and any particular plays or moments in your free games against them stick out?
Yeah, it's been cool. I know coming in, I remember being a recruit kind of and watching us get blown out by Florida State with Jameis there and having a lot of close games. And then coming in as a freshman, and I think Wayne had a big run. We were in all orange that day at home, and that was big for us to be able to win the division and go to the playoff. And then the next year winning down in Tallahassee, and then last year. So it's been fun. It's been a game that's decided the division every year I've been here. And for us, it's no different. I mean, we have to win this game if we want to accomplish our next goal. And so that's kind of how we're treating it. Appreciate it.